Everybody, welcome back. In this tutorial today I'm going to be showing you how I create these beautiful ocean resin designs on glasses using a tumbler turner machine. I'm going to list in my description the materials, pigments and the resin that I use, and you can follow along in the step-by-step process. I hope you enjoy watching, so let's get creative. So the materials that you need to complete this project today is a tumbler turner spinner machine. We're going to be using our gloves. I've got some handy towels, some isopropyl alcohol. I've got my Just Resin pigment paste or any other pigment paste that you are using and the colour that you're using. My paper cups, silicone blending stick, 2 glasses in your preference, so you could use 2 wine glasses, 2 stemless glasses, or some foam for your tumbler turner to secure your glass project. I'm using ArtCote resin from Just Resin in Australia. It's approximately 50 mils in each cup to complete this project. And a heat gun. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to clean our glass. This is to remove any fingerprints or oil or dust that might be on the glass that might affect the outcome of the resin. I use isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel. So you're just spraying the outside of the glass and we're giving it a good wipe. And we'll do the wine glass. Now I'm going to place my 2 glasses onto my tumbler turners. Firstly, I am putting my foam on here. And then I am going to secure my glass by pinching the foam at the end. Very gently pushing it in so that I don't risk breaking the glass, and I'm just feeding it forward. And I'm pushing all of that foam in. So you want to make sure that your glass is quite level when it's sitting out and it's not falling down. This one here, I'm just going to squeeze inside, and once again I've pushed it right in so that there's no sponge around the tip. Makes your glasses very secure and level for working. My glasses are ready to go, so I can turn my tumbler turner machine on. Both my machines are turning very gently and very slowly in the same direction. So now I'm mixing my 2 pots of resin together. So once you've fully mixed your resin, to pour off some into each cup for each colour. So I have my titanium white here, a midnight blue, a blue sapphire and a Caribbean blue. I'm going to pour off a small amount for the white first. And then some for the midnight blue, blue sapphire and Caribbean blue. I'm also leaving a very small amount of resin, clear resin, in my cup, which I'm going to put aside for the end of my project. Now mix my colours, putting my white, my midnight blue, We're ready to apply the resin to our glasses. I like to start with the lightest colour first, and I'm just going to use my little paper cup and I pinch it, which creates a nice little pouring spout, and because my glasses are turning this way, I'm going to be pouring across the glass. Now I'm applying my middle colour and pinching my paper cup. Put some on the stem of that glass, and I'm going down into this. Now I'm applying the midnight blue. Now I've got my three main base colours on. I'm going to start to blend my resin with my silicone blending stick. So what I do is I gently take this up and I just pulling it up onto the stem, just very gently every time it comes around, and I'm not pulling it over the edge. And this just makes a really nice tidy little foot on that glass. I'm going to just gently blend some of these colours together, because what I want to do is make sure that I can't see the glass in any little places. Wiping the bottom like this, just so that we have a nice finish underneath. Now we've got all our colours blended. We're going to use our heat gun just to do a very gentle, light bubble pop, and this also warms the resin up. I'm going to set this on number 1 and gently warm up my resin. This also makes the resin more fluid on your glass, and the colours will start to blend and flow together more easily. You do not want to overheat it. If you overheat the resin, it will start to get very thin and very hot on the glassware and start to dribble off. So now I'm going to use the clear resin that I put aside. Put a little bit in my glass. Once again, I'm pinching, and I'm just going to run a little clear line around the top of my glass. I don't want it to be too thick, just a very thin little clear line. And now I'm going to apply the white. Pinching my cup, and I'm just running another line along the top of my glass. Putting some other little ocean waves on my glass across the stem, just for effect. So now I've got all of my colours on, including my white. I'm going to do a number 1 on the heat gun, just to pop the new bubbles and soften the new resin. And then I'm going to put my heat gun on number 2, and I'm going to push the white out across the glass. You want to do this quite quickly. We don't want to heat up the glass too much, and we don't want to heat up the resin. So over the next 24 hours this is going to cure before we can take it off. So we're just keeping it in a warm, secure room, dust-free environment, and you just leave it. And it will change, everything will change. These beautiful lacing effects will start to come out in the resin. You can see all the lacing coming through here as it's turning. These are starting to form. Now that the glasses have been curing overnight in a warm room, they're ready to come off the tumbler turner spinners. So firstly we're going to just remove the baking paper, which has captured all of the drips. Don't want to touch the resin until it has fully cured over a few days in a warm room. So I'm just going to gently pull my glass off, and I'm holding the glass at the top of it there. Now to remove the foam from inside the glass, I'm holding it in the bottom and I'm gently squeezing it once again and just pulling it free from the glass. So you're just pinching and squeezing, and there's a beautiful ocean resin wine glass. And this one, I'm just going to hold it in the glass at the top so that I'm not putting my fingerprints on the resin. Once again, I'm just squeezing it and working it out very gently. That's a beautiful ocean resin stemless wine glass. Absolutely gorgeous lacing created in there. Now I will just leave these, sit them in a warm room to fully cure over a few days, and then they'll be ready to use. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. See you next time.